Hey, welcome to Gunner's Firearms. We're here with Maggie and Brian. Look at Brian in the background.
Welcome to the gun counter, everybody.
Doing work in our backdrop there. That's okay.
Okay, that's
how it happens.
No, this is 99.9% of the time. There is one face working the counter, and there is Brian hard at work behind the counter, doing 25 things at once. So, thanks for being awesome, Brian. Seriously.
Well, hey, Maggie, we were talking about a gun that a lot of people were wanting to get rid of in another video. We'll put that in a link below. And I was thinking, but I didn't want to switch gears in that particular video, but I was thinking to myself, oh, that's a terrible time to be getting rid of a gun.
Just in general.
In general, if you were wanting to sell a gun, it's not. Like, it's definitely a buyer's market, one would argue. Or
it is absolutely a buyer's market. The market is not favoring sellers at the moment. So this is one of those classic cases of where they tell you in the stock market, you buy when the prices are low and you sell when the prices are high. If you would like to get top dollar value for your firearms, pretty please hop into your time machine and roll yourself back to 2020, 2021, roll yourself back up a former presidency and or a couple of former presidencies. Obama was great for gun sales. Yes, he did.
Our current president seems to be a really bad gun salesman.
Historically, yeah, he's terrible at it.
Because people just feel safe. They're like, well, I don't need a gun now.
That's exactly it. And so what our side of the counter has seen is a market flooding with firearms that people are getting rid of, which is great for people that are in the market for used firearms, because now if you're shopping and you're in the market for a used gun, you have a whole lot of options out there, not just the SIG P320s that are coming back, but you have a lot of earlier generation firearms because manufacturers are now rolling out their newest, latest, and greatest. Springfield has announced the Mod 3s, not just the Mod 2s. Glock has whisperings of the Gen 6s that are coming out. We're no longer Gen 5.
That's cool.
So
that's a big announcement.
You have, it's whispers, you know, but
whispers,
basically,
of course. But you knew it was coming.
Yeah, everything is trending toward optic ready or optic included, with the ability to add multiple optic footprints. In case you do not like one option, you do have the ability to use something else. And even SIG's gone that way with some of their newer offerings to the market. So you don't have to stick with one of their optics. They are making it so that you can,
nice.
You
that's
can
nice.
use something else.
I like that.
So that being the trend, and that being said, what's coming back to us is earlier generation firearms that do not have optic ready capabilities, and people are expecting a very high dollar value because they bought this brand new and it sat unfired in the box for however long before they realized, well, I'm not getting any use out of it, and it would be better to have the money to put towards something else. But when the market's flooded with used guns, your firearms will not command top dollar.
Do you mind if I ask? Because we've talked about this, because I feel like I'm having a deja vu. Almost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Has it gotten worse?
I think in certain areas, yes. There's always a slow season to the summer, and Brian was out of town over the weekend at a dealer show, and talking to other people, they've seen it slow down in some places, just the summer slowdown like it usually gets, but it seems to hit other areas a little harder than others.
Interesting. Yeah.
So that
makes sense.
Yeah. So it just depends on where you are, and like I tell people, I go, gun prices fluctuate like gas prices. Gun and ammo prices fluctuate like the price of fuel. So you can drive 3 blocks and find a different price.
Sure.
You can drive a couple cities away and find a vastly different price, maybe higher, maybe lower. So if you're looking to sell, sometimes it does pay to shop around, and certain things are more desirable and command a higher price in different areas. We've always seen that trend. Just on a national level. There are certain calibers that people in certain areas value higher than others. And you're always going to find the staples, but maybe some Wildcat cartridges have more popularity in other places than they do in your local area.
So maybe the advice you can give them if they say, "Are you buying guns?" And I go, or if they don't like the price, you can go, "Well, I heard on this other side of the state they're giving these prices."
I only work for the one gun store, so I cannot tell you about what the market value is like in everyone's area or anything like that. But I can tell you that if you do shop things around, sometimes you can find a better price. And I do urge people that call, if we're getting flooded with firearms and we see a lot coming in, we're not going to give top value, and we're going to be able to cherry pick the things that we like the best at the best prices for our shelves. And our customers that come in to buy will see some really great deals reflected on those used tags. But I will absolutely tell people that if you do not need to sell, now is not the time to sell.
It really is a terrible time to sell.
It is.
Yeah.
And for another thing, it's I hate to say this, but when you're coming in with a Gen 3 Glock and now it's Gen 5 or modular optic, and what you have does not even compare to what is currently there on the market, and you're expecting to get a lot more for something that's an earlier generation, please don't be entirely disappointed when you realize that some of the earlier models of things may not command a higher price.
It's kind of like saying, well, I see the 2026 Honda Civics are getting this much. So
how much will you give me for my 1999?
That's right. Yeah. So, but wait a second, they're getting that much for the 2026s.
But my 1999's always been kept in the garage. It's look at it. It's like it's new. Oh yeah. So, Well,
and I guess, as you were talking, I was thinking about this question: if it's a bad time to sell, because you're not going to get what you want for your gun, is what it sounds like.
No.
Almost no matter where you go, really, in the country, is my guess. Maybe it'd be better here than there, but it's not you're not getting what you would have got back in the day.
No.
Does it seem wise, because you were saying, well, don't sell it right now. Do you predict that those prices will go up? I mean, because there's always going to be kind of a sudden rush on guns for whatever reason.
At some point, the market always changes.
Yes.
Always changes. It is just a cycle of low and high. But I don't have the magic 8-ball that tells me the answers to everything. I don't have the crystal ball that tells me how soon that change is going to happen. But if you are patient enough to wait it out, then you will come to a point in time where you will get more money for that. And if you are, the savvy folks, let's say, they're the ones that keep everything that goes with the gun, so that when they do go to resell it, it comes as if it were factory complete, so that the next person that buys it is getting a gun that actually is like new. They still have the oiled plastic or the oiled paper that the gun was wrapped in. They still have all the little hang tags that go with it, the original cardboard box, the instructions, constructions, destructions, and the little bicycle locks, the gun locks, still in their plastic or unused, you know? And so the ones that will command a higher price are the ones that come in complete, as if they were just shipped to me from the dealer. And maybe the gun itself does have a little bit of patina and wear to it, but everything else that goes with it is there. Maybe you upgraded the sights on your firearm, maybe you upgraded the trigger, maybe you bought extra accessories to go with it. That will increase the value of that firearm for the next person that's looking to purchase that, whether it's my side of the counter or your side of the counter. There is value in the extra little bits and bobs that go with it.
I agree.
You're absolutely not going to see 100% return on those little investments that you made in it to make it better for you, but there is value in it down the road for somebody else.
Yeah, interesting. And it actually, as you said that too, it made me think, because as people modify their firearms, you know, they add red dots, they add this or that. You know, some of those red dots are pretty expensive.
Oh, they are very expensive.
And they put them on there, and what I have noticed, because I've done that a lot, put on a real nice scope, put on a real nice red dot, something, and I've always found when I go to sell it that I don't get.
You don't get it back.
You don't get that back. So if you bought a $400 red dot, they're not giving you the gun plus $400. Like, you kind of almost might as well take that red dot off, would be my guess.
Set it, put the optic plate back on it, cover that, unless you had the slide milled out specifically for that optic, and then there is no way to put anything else on there to cover it up. Leave the optic on there in that case, because nobody's going to buy something that's milled for an optic that doesn't have an optic to go with it. But if you can set it back to factory original, or you bought a separate slide for it or something to do that too, put the original parts back on it and shop it around that way.
Yeah, I agree. Because I've only lost money when I left optics on.
Yes.
And a lot of it too.
So, and a lot of times, warranties do not cover the optics if they transfer to another
that's interesting.
individual.
Yeah, okay.
So it's sometimes, especially those red dot optics, those don't always transfer down the line to the next person. So
your advice would be to get it factory ready, hold on to it, wait for the market to shift. As many of you may or may not know, about a year ago I was dealing with a very serious heart condition. And through some procedures and a dramatic change in my lifestyle, I've found my way to a whole different level of health. And one aspect of that, and it's something that I believe is extremely important to talk about because Americans are not talking about it. I've really never heard anybody talk about it, to be quite honest, is the health benefits from the super hot peppers like a Trinidad scorpion pepper, because that has been one aspect of what I have done over the last year. Is a friend of mine who lost 110 pounds in 7 months just drinking a drink that he made with Trinidad scorpion peppers. I've been doing that as well. I saw how it changed him. I wanted in on that. And what it has done is, it's been one aspect of it. Of course, diet, exercise, that sort of thing is very important as well. But what this has done is not just allow me to lose weight, but I sleep better. I have a better outlook on life. I was actually having lunch with the guy that makes this the other day, and his brother committed suicide. He was dealing with addiction, he was dealing with depression, and he committed suicide. And my friend believes wholeheartedly, had he invented this drink before that, he would be alive today. And I kind of question that, like, well, that's a big statement to make. But ultimately what he's claiming is the capsaicins in those super hot peppers really satisfy your pituitary gland, which is the basis of addiction. And if you watch Johnny Schofield on YouTube, check him out. But he's fought addiction, and now he's addicted to hot peppers instead because it satisfies that same desire. So I think it's important to talk about better outlook in life, sleep better, lose weight, fight addiction. The link's below. Check it out. Just drinking Trinidad scorpion peppers, and it is hot. I'll give you a little warning, but he's taken out the binding agents that, so when it's hot, it's only hot for like a minute or two. It doesn't burn for hours. So there you go, man. I couldn't put down Trinidad scorpion peppers. This is how I do it. That link is below.